Wiley, are we really going to sit here and convince ourselves of Sam Darnold? Why do I listen to this clown show? I don't. I've done. See, here's the problem with football fans. I've already seen it. We're not even 4 practices in.
Oh my God!
And we can't assess practice. What's going on in practice? Darnold makes a great throw. I'm going to give him credit for making a great throw. He makes a bad read. I'm going to critique his bad read or why he made the bad read.
I mean, he was a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. He's going to make some throws.
So nobody's convincing themselves of Sam Darnold.
No.
What it is Sam Darnold's getting reps with the twos. And he's throwing passes to Brandon Aiyuk and Deebo Samuel. And Trey Lance hasn't got many opportunities to throw to Brandon Aiyuk. So nobody is convincing themselves of Sam Darnold. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Do you not want us to talk about any player on the roster? I don't get that. Like, why are we going crazy? Why are we going crazy over the quarterback spot 4 days in? Let's see it play out with the padded practices in the preseason.
This has been a thing, though, for the last 20-plus years, Bonte. The quarterback position for the San Francisco 49ers. Is it ever going to get solved?
As a Raider fan, Spadoni, and I don't mean to put you in this box.
Oh, no, you already did.
But from the outside looking in, when you look at the Niners quarterback and the way we talk about quarterbacks, what is your assessment of that?
Listen, Brock Purdy had an amazing stretch last year. He probably has done enough to be QB1 heading into week 1. Outside of that, though, he hasn't even played a whole season. Like, the only guy, and we're going to bring him back up again, Sam Darnold, he's the only guy that's shown you throughout his career that he could start from week 1 to now 17. So outside of that, I don't know what the 49ers really have. They gave up a lot to get Trey Lance. I would like to see a lot of him. I would like to see what he has. He has a lot of athleticism. He has a big arm, things that Brock Purdy doesn't have, but what Brock Purdy does have, he has a little bit of mobility, accurate, and he won a lot. So there is something to be said about that. We like to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo when he's here. What did he do, Bonte? He won. But the problem with Jimmy was he was never healthy.
No.
That's why they went to go out and get Trey Lance.
Exactly.
Problem with that is he's not been healthy.
Right.
And now Brock Purdy, coming off elbow surgery on an elbow, on an arm that wasn't very strong to begin with, it's cause for concern. So I understand why they brought in Sam Darnold, who has all the tools and skill set, but just hasn't come together for him, seeing ghosts, whatnot.
Right. Yeah, Sam Darnold, rookie year, played 13 games second year, 12 games his third year, 12 games his fourth year, 6 games last season. Last season, the Panthers did go 4-2 in his 6 starts, but was it impressive?
Steve Wilkes.
He had a 58.6% completion percentage.
Yeah.
58.5%.
Not great.
Now, if we want to talk about Trey Lance's completion percentage, that's a bad completion percentage.
Yeah.
All right, that's terrible. All right, he was sacked 10 times. He's taken a lot of sacks over the course of his career. He's had a lot of fumbles. So we're talking about him because he is on the roster. But Seth Wiley, I don't think any 49er fan in their right mind is trying to convince himself that Sam Darnold is the guy.
Well, no, and to your point, Bonte, this isn't us saying it. This guy's like Brian Baldinger, 95.7 The Game, is an NFL insider. This is a guy who knows football, and he said, right when the trade happened, or the signing happened, I should say, with Sam Darnold, he's like, yeah, this guy can be legit in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Right.
That's Brian Baldinger saying that. It's not just some schlub. By the way, did you see what Baldy did this past weekend?
I did. Got a speeding ticket
on the way to
Baldy's going to join us soon in the next couple of weeks here to preview the football season or whatnot. A lot of words, a lot of talk about Brandon Aiyuk at practice. Brandon Aiyuk looks like the best player.
He's looking big too. He had some muscle.
Yeah, no doubt. He looks thick. Thick. We got some sound on him a little bit later in the show. But let's start with Kyle Shanahan because
oh boy,
a lot of people are talking about the quarterbacks. By the way, Giants 2-3 against the Red Sox.
Huge.
Trade deadline's tomorrow at 1:00.
Huge.
888-957-9570. I'm going to give you a chance to get in here, Giants fans, at some point. Do you want him to see it? Do you want to see him make a move? It's simple. Do you want to see him make a move? I mean, the critic will say, well, you know what? They need to make moves. What moves can they make? Scherzer's going to Texas.
That was a salary dump, basically, for the Nets. Who did they get?
And it was a come-up for the Texas
They have
Rangers.
one top 5 prospect. That was it.
Right.
Would you get rid of Luciano for, I don't know, Justin Verlander?
Don't think I'm doing that. Don't think I'm doing that.
You don't think for the Mets or for the Giants?
For the Giants. I'm not sure I'm doing that.
Wow.
Luciano's batting third yesterday. I was happy about that.
Okay.
If the kid is hyped up, like Giants fans have hyped him up and the farm system hyped him up, Then you don't move Luciano.
Well,
for
maybe a guy
Verlander.
like a Wisenhunt or something. Then the guy you haven't seen. Would you do that?
I would trade Wisenhunt for
Okay.
Verlander. I would do that.
Okay.
But Verlander's there. I don't think the Marcus Stroman deal is going to happen.
No,
the Cubs are
Cub-
winning. They won
yeah.
8 straight. Eduardo Rodriguez, maybe for the Detroit Tigers, who's back, a lefty. He's up and down at times. Very interesting.
Verlander's that guy for me, though. If you get Justin Verlander with this rotation, with Cobb, with Webb, I think, and Stripling, let's give him some credit, Bonte. He's been pitching well. Last few
better.
starts,
He's
better.
Stop playing with us.
Come on, stop playing with us. So if you get him into this rotation, I'm liking these chances. Listen, outside of the Braves, I think it's wide open. Baseball's a crapshoot come playoff time.
Yeah,
Shout out Billy
no
Bean.
doubt.
We all know that. We won't spend too much time, but just give him a little love. That was a good win series for
Ross
the
Stripling
Giants.
yesterday, 4 1/3, 4 hits, one run, 3 Ks, 1 homer. I mean,
Come on.
not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's better than what he was doing, which is nothing.
Ernie
Prior to
Chavez.
that.
Ernie Chavez.
Oh, I love Ernie.
We need a Brandon Aiyuk looks good.
Brandon Aiyuk looks good.
No. Brandon Aiyuk. He looks great. Brandon Aiyuk looks great. Let me tell you something about Brandon Aiyuk.
Where did that start, by the way? That was D Ford, right? Early on?
D Ford.
Was that you saying that?
Didn't look good the first 2 weeks. And he got hurt
And
again.
then what happened?
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
Oh, no.
Listen.
That's what Ford stands for. Fix or repair
Listen.
daily.
Let me tell you about Brandon Aiyuk.
It's a dad joke.
Brandon Aiyuk. All right, so that draft where you had Justin Jefferson, Michael Pittman Jr., Chase Claypool,
Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Rieger. Yeah, Brandon Aiyuk there.
Right in the middle there, too. Like right in between all those selections. Kind of got lost in the shuffle.
He got lost in the shuffle. A lot of us is like, Brandon Aiyuk, Arizona State,
Forks
25th
up.
overall, forks up. Now, CeeDee Lamb, you know me, I loved CeeDee Lamb coming out of Oklahoma. Loved him.
He was that dude. I wanted the Raiders to take him.
Who's that dude?
Because the Raiders had the first opportunity to get to whoever the first big wide receiver name was, and they
Now,
took Henry Ruggs.
I think most people will say CeeDee Lamb so far has had the better 3-year start to his career. There's no doubt. With the way Brandon Aiyuk was in a doghouse in 2021, wasn't getting a lot of snaps, wasn't getting a lot of targets, wasn't even starting football games. Remember that Trent Sherfield was starting?
Yeah.
They had other guys starting.
Doghouse, man.
He was in a doghouse. And then all of a sudden in Chicago, when Jimmy G went back there, remember he had the big play to Deebo Samuel when Deebo Samuel had the big play on a wide receiver screen for 80-plus yards.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Chicago 33-22, and Brandon Aiyuk got 7 targets that day, 4 catches, 45 yards. Next week against Arizona, he gets another 8 targets, 6 catches, 89 yards. And from there, he's been very steady, very steady. So his last 27 games, Brandon Aiyuk has only had 175 targets. But he's caught 121 balls, 121 footballs, pause, everybody, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns. Now, this catch percentage, there's this catch percentage that I like, and it's receptions divided by targets. It's got a 68.7 catch percentage on those targets. Now, a lot of numbers there, math students, a lot of math. Now, you look at CeeDee Lamb in his last 27 games. Think about the targets he's had. 227 targets down in Dallas. Now, he's been the number 1 option. Number 1, maybe number 2 with Amari Cooper there. Brandon Aiyuk's basically been your 3rd or 4th option in this offense. So he's had 52 more targets than Brandon Aiyuk. He's had 32 more catches than Brandon Aiyuk, 153 catches. But the yardage, 1974 compared to 1,700. Brandon Aiyuk actually has more touchdowns, and his catch percentage is actually higher than CeeDee Lamb's. So you think about the offenses in Dallas and San Francisco, you look at the production and the opportunities that are there for Brandon Aiyuk compared to CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Aiyuk is right there. Basically what I'm saying is the potential and the production is right there with one of the best young wide receivers in football, CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
Brandon Aiyuk, if he had a chance to be the number 1 or number 2 option in this offense, could explode.
No, he's been impressive. And what his game is going to translate well going forward is what it is. He gets open and he catches the ball. Like, it's not a game predicated on physicality or anything like that. It's very polished. Amari Cooper kind of esque, right? Like where you just see just clean route running, nice hands, controlled. That's going to translate well 10 years from now. Maybe a game that won't is a guy like a Deebo Samuels.
Yep.
Now, this is going to be the conversation going forward. When you start hitting on all these guys in the draft. It's good,
Right.
but also it creates problems going forward. Are you going to have all the salary to keep a Kittle, an Aiyuk, a Samuel, a McCaffrey, all these guys? So it's going to start leading to some more question marks down the line. But to your point, Brandon Aiyuk, super underrated.
Well,
just look at just last season, Bonte. 8 touchdowns to CeeDee Lamb's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the reception is a big factor of that. Like, we love fantasy football, so we're all going to look at the PPR leagues, all sorts of 107 receptions. Very impressive. No one's saying that CeeDee Lamb's not great or anything like that.
Right, no
we're
doubt.
just trying to give Brandon Aiyuk some flowers.
He's right there.
He's right there.
And think about this. He's had to catch passes from Nick Mullins, Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo.
It's impressive.
Brock Purdy.
It's impressive. I look at a guy like a Hall of Famer, like an Andre Johnson, if you will. He had David Carr.
Yep.
Who else did he have? Matt Schaub. He had T.J. Yates, I think, was in there at one time. Like, so he's Brock Osweiler. I don't know if Osweiler was still there with him, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, what he's been able to do, given the quarterback situation, is damn impressive. Same with guys like Kittle, McCaffrey, all this sort of stuff. And again, it's credit to Kyle Shanahan, what he's able to scheme and all that sort of stuff. But you got to give a guy like Brandon Aiyuk, who doesn't have that traditional one-on-one time that CeeDee has with the Dak Prescott.
No doubt. And so when people talk about Brandon Aiyuk, and we'll play some sound from him, we'll get into the quarterbacks, we'll get into the defense. We got a lot going on. We're going to go live to John Lynch at 9:15 here on the Morning Rush. 9:15, John Lynch addresses media. I'm sure there will be an update about Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, any Niner fans out there, 888-957-9570, worried about Nick Bosa. Speaking of show notes, maybe we'll steal some show notes from Shasky today about a question mark. We also talk a little Giants. Look at Lubman back there. Hey, Spinoni, come on. This guy's a wreck right now. Thinking about those Giants in that series. That was a big-time series win.
He got a new hoodie back there, too. He looks swole. He's got the schmedium on going.
I'm feeling really good in this hoodie right now, so all these reports of me being a wreck, running around like a chick with my head cut off are completely overblown.
Well, it just threw us off this morning because you looked like Emperor Palpatine with his hood on, like just chilling in the corner, just like doing this. I was like, what's up, Sam?
It's Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars.
There you go.
See, I figured.
You were making a reference all last week. You kept saying A New Hope for something. I don't know.
Yeah, Hope Solo.
There you go. New Hope. There you go.
Hope. A new hope. A new journey, and new dreams. The Pats come on today in Santa Clara.
There's a new hope.
The Pats are on.
There's a new hope in Santa Clara.